So this is what I do when I don't have school, because when there's a hurricane out there, I go down to the beach and I record a science lesson live from the beach. I'm very fortunate to live here. This is pretty cool. So I'm on Naples Beach right now as Hurricane Helene is moving past us about probably 200 miles out there, I think. We are studying the Earth and the interactions of Earth's spheres. So you know that the Earth is a sphere. It's a ball of rock, a sphere of rock that orbits the sun. That rock is part of the geosphere. Rock, geo, is the prefix that we use whenever we study the land. The land is made up of the beach, the land that we walk on, the land that I'm standing on, mountains, valleys, plains, all these things are part of the geosphere. The geosphere includes the soil. Soil's made of three components: sand, which I'm standing on here at the beach, silt, and clay. Sand, silt, and clay make up soil. Sand is broken bits of rock that are large enough to sit here on the beach. The water's moving them, it's eroding them, it's pushing them along the beach right now. Silt is a very, very fine particle, and then clay is also a very fine particle too. The difference with clay is that clay sticks together. So the geosphere includes all of Earth's rock, which is made up of all the rocks that we see in the mountains. It includes all of Earth's soil, sand, silt, and clay, and soil also includes broken bits of living things. As this plant matter falls to the ground and gets broken up, it's going to be crushed down into part of the soil. So that's also part of the soil. When we study Earth's geosphere, we're talking about the rock and the soil of planet Earth. Now, I'm a living thing. These trees are living things. Those birds are living things. The people that are walking on the beach are living things. The fish in the ocean are living things. All of those things are part of the biosphere. The prefix bio means life. So when you study life, you're studying biology. If you write a story about somebody's life, you call that a biography. If I write a story about my life, it's called an autobiography. The prefix bio means life. So the biosphere is all of Earth's living things. Right now, I'm interacting, part of the biosphere, is interacting with the geosphere by standing on it. I stand on the geosphere. The trees over here have roots that provide support for them. They are interacting with the geosphere. The biosphere is interacting with the geosphere for support. The wind is blowing. There's a hurricane out there. It's a windy day. You can see the waves coming up on shore and the spray that's getting tossed. The gases that surround the Earth are the atmosphere. The atmosphere protects us from the harmful effects of the sun, and it also insulates us and keeps us warm. More importantly though, I need the atmosphere. Part of the biosphere, needs the atmosphere. I need the oxygen from the atmosphere in order to breathe. So I'm interacting with the atmosphere. I'm being blown around by the wind, but I'm also breathing the atmosphere. I inhale oxygen, exhale carbon dioxide. The trees, the plants, the grasses, the plankton in the ocean, all take that carbon dioxide, part of the atmosphere, and interact with that. The plants will change that carbon dioxide back into oxygen during the process of photosynthesis. So there's an interaction between the biosphere and the atmosphere. Living things need the atmosphere in order to live. I'm standing next to the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is part of the Atlantic Ocean. It's a saltwater ocean. When we talk about Earth's water, we're talking about the hydrosphere. The prefix hydro means water. You need to stay hydrated. That means you need to drink water. Biosphere, living things, need water in order to survive. The plants need water, animals need water, all living things need water to survive. So the biosphere interacts with the hydrosphere to survive. Now the hydrosphere interacts with the atmosphere. The ocean contains salt water. The energy of the sun heats the water up, causing it to evaporate. When that water evaporates, it condenses into fine droplets that are carried into the clouds. So the hydrosphere doesn't just include the ocean, it also includes all of the clouds. It also includes rivers, lakes, and streams, and the groundwater when the rain falls. Hydrosphere also includes all forms of precipitation. The hydrosphere interacts with the biosphere to keep it alive. Now, this storm is carrying freshwater clouds from the Gulf of Mexico. It's raining all over the place. Later today, this storm is going to move up into Georgia. This storm is going to carry fresh water in the clouds from the Gulf of Mexico up into Georgia, and it's going to precipitate as rain. Clouds move fresh water over the surface of the earth. That's an interaction between the atmosphere and the hydrosphere. So we've got the geosphere, the biosphere, the hydrosphere, the atmosphere, and then the last one to talk about is the cryosphere. Cryosphere is ice. We don't have any ice here in Florida. I would have to take you to Colorado and Wyoming to show you the cryosphere. Snow on the Colorado mountains, glaciers in Wyoming. The cryosphere includes all of Earth's ice. These are all very complex and complicated interactions, and right now I'm standing in front of one of the most complex interactions between the hydrosphere, the water in the atmosphere, the gases that surround the Earth, the biosphere, the living things on Earth, the geosphere, the land that we're standing on. We're not really looking at the cryosphere because this is not going to affect any of Earth's ice. One of the ways that this is impacting the geosphere is that when these waves come up on the shore, they will move the sand up and down the beach. That's called erosion. Now, we don't want that erosion to extend up over into the land that people are living on, so along the beach we've got something called a dune system. These plants on the edge of the beach are rooted into the sand. That's a very important interaction between the biosphere and the geosphere. Because when we get a storm like this and that water comes up, and it's already come up over my shoes, that water wants to push up over the dune. The dune is going to hold the sand in place. It's not going to wash away, so that protects us from some of the erosion along the beach when this hurricane is pushing these waves up. So there's lots of interactions that are going on between the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, the biosphere, and the geosphere just in this one storm right here, right now.